Hey guys, welcome back to Dizzle in Motion. Quick story today on the evolution of Stellantis and their relationship with their posturing rather with like what's going on in Europe right now, specifically with Italy today. So Stellantis been a little bit of chaos with their stock prices and their sales of vehicles. A lot of it had to do with Carlos Tavares and the direction he wanted to go, which I think we all know was not necessarily the right direction. So he stepped down back in December, and we're still yet to get a positive ID on the new CEO. We have some ideas. We expect to see that in the next 2 months between April and May. They promised in the first half of the year. However, the chairman and a lot of other people have been speaking, trying to foster relationships, again, specifically with Italy today is the news story. And basically it goes around a lot of things. There's a lot of moving parts now with the political landscape because you have tariffs, you have NATO funding with the war and everything going out, and the current Trump administration negotiating, hardlining, whatever you want to call it. So everybody's trying to come up with alternative plans, backup plans, form alliances, what have you. So Stellantis is out here doing that with Italy in this case today. And I'm going to go through this real quick. And basically it's just Italy is taking the stance of their automotive industry is in the toilet. Stellantis is a big part of what their hope success is. So they want to work with them and make something happen. But at the same time, again, with NATO funding could be down, tariffs, etc., they're looking to kind of integrate their automotive industry into their defense industry because, you know, it's large-scale manufacturing, small country, try to bolster up where they can help out one industry to the other, increase profitability, stuff like that. So let's get into this one. So again, this is hot off the press from Reuters, and we'll just jump right into the article. I kind of already prefaced it for you, but we'll get into the details, the meat and potatoes, if you will. So here we go. Europe's car makers should steer clear of defense industry, Stellantis' Elkann says. So again, they're over there in Rome, Italy, trying to make Italy happy, and Italy wants to chart their own way as well. So the chairman of Stellantis said on Wednesday that Europe's automotive industry does not need to convert to defense production, while confirming the group is on course to appoint a new CEO in the first half of the year. Just mentioned that. As European counties, I think they meant countries, discuss a big increase in defense spending, Italy's industry minister Adolfo Urso said this week that Rome was preparing an industrial plan aimed at fostering connections between its automotive, defense, and aerospace sectors to be unveiled in June. Addressing the Italian parliament, Stellantis chairman John Elkann said, U.S. and China both maintain strong defense and automotive industries, meaning there was not a choice to be made between the two. We don't think that the future of the car is the defense industry, said Elkann, whose multinational group includes brands such as Fiat, Jeep, and Peugeot. Elkann, who has been steering Stellantis since former CEO Carlos Tavares suddenly left in December, following a shock profit warning and divergences with the board, confirmed the succession process was going ahead to the planned timetable, April or May, as I already mentioned. The new CEO will be announced within the first half of the year, he told lawmakers. Elkann is part of the Agnelli family that founded Fiat and is Stellantis' largest shareholder through its investment company. Elkann on Wednesday also confirmed Stellantis was investing 2 billion euros in Italy this year as part of a plan it presented to Rome after the departure of Tavares to revitalize its output in the country. The current year would be another tough one, Elkann said, but production in Italy should start to pick up in 2026, helped by 10 new product updates. However, he injected a further note of caution, saying tariffs and the shape of the market would influence output. The plan helped to improve relations between Italy's sole major automaker, which employs around 40,000 people in the country, and Rome after months of bitter confrontation. However, some political tensions remain. The League Party, part of Prime Minister Giorgia Meloni's right-wing coalition on Wednesday, said Stellantis was favoring investments and jobs abroad and had an excessive focus on EVs. Quote, Elkann should apologize to Italian workers, the League said in a note released after hearing in Parliament. Stellantis last year manufactured fewer than 500,000 vehicles in Italy, down from 751,000 in 2023, with car production in particular as lowest since 1956. So what does this all mean? Exactly what we thought it meant. Basically, Italy needs Stellantis to be successful And if they're not going to be successful, they want to transition to having their military defense systems and aerospace and all that stuff kind of merged into it. And Stellantis is like, slow down, slow down, slow down, because that means less control for Stellantis and less profitability for Stellantis. So they're like, hey, we got 10 new ideas, give us a year. We'll see what happens with the new CEO and how that rolls out. We'll check, obviously, the stock price and stay on top of that. But it also seems like there's a good possibility that pieces of Stellantis are sold off here because it's not a direction they seemingly really want to invest in with certain brands, you know, specifically like Chrysler and whatnot. Anyways, that's the latest and greatest. Everybody's making moves. The Trump administration is totally shaking things up. Love it or hate it, it's happening. So what do you guys think in the comments? Do we care about Stellantis outside of our brands that we care about here? Probably not much in the United States, but it does matter because they wield some power, right? So some of the American influence is there, mostly by our passion brands and stuff. But if those get sold off and they want to go more the European route, I can see them laying in bed with Europe a lot more. You know, good luck with that because US is the bread and butter of the automotive world. Anyways, thanks for watching. Catch you guys on the next one. See you soon.